William Tell, who's sure whipping up enthusiasm amongst the small set. Our cowboy sharpshooter teaches his young chargers the use of the Australian bullwhip, and then proceeds to show them at first hand what an expert can do with a bit of savvy. Why, it's a snap. What a spot he's in. But when these kids get their teeth into something, they grin and bear it. They've heard tell of William Tell and keep their heads high. This doughty lad isn't doing much talking. A slip of the tongue might be his downfall. This is bystander when magicians get together. Frank Garcia is one of the sleight of hand fraternity gathered at the Commodore in New York City. If you can swallow Frank's card tricks, put yourself in this cop's brogans. He thinks he's looking at an ordinary rope. Milborn Christopher is the fancy moniker of the magician. You don't have to give him enough rope. I'll be hanged if he doesn't somehow, somewhere manage to get all he wants out of thin air. The cop's fit to be tied. Phil Thomas has some startling ideas about the high cost of living. He shows us what happens to a nickel in time of inflation. But don't you try it. No magician convention could be complete without the magic sponge balls. The prestidigitator, his name is Peter Hush, and the innocent victim, who adds local color. Her name is Leatrice McCall. The eye is quick, the hand is quicker. But as always, it's the magician who's slicker. But it's fun to be fooled. The big top gets a big send-off at Madison Square Garden. Mrs. Impellitteri, who took over the chairmanship of the New York Heart Association from the late Mrs. Louise Baer, heads the charity premiere. Lawrence Melchior strikes up the band, along with Jerome Cowan and the one and only Manasseh Mahler, Jack Dempsey. The benefit performance of the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus brings out Emmett Kelly, the famous Joey who delights the hearts of all. And here come the elephants, schnozzolas in the air. Ask Jimmy, he knows. You can win with Win, who leads the barbershop quartet. And this brings Dorothy Kilgallen. The receipts for the Bear Memorial Heart Fund total $190,000. Lily Pons is the Cats. Now we have the professor on the flying trapeze. He never misses. Well, for your benefit tonight, we'll let him chill you. Everybody had a circus.
Famous Bertram Mills Circus opens its Silver Jubilee year with a show specially for its youngest patrons, Britain's boys and girls. Yes, it's the same old circus magic with troopers and animals sharing the spotlight. One breathless moment follows another as the sawdust ring becomes the showground of beautiful horses and wonderful riders. The acrobats are falling for the youngsters who just love them, while for this artist, life's a series of ups and downs. Come the chimps and their merry antics. Aerial feat ever attempted. As a speedy intrepid rider gets up a good turn of speed, the bottom of the cage falls out. One slip now, and it's almost certain death. But the children's gasp soon turned to life. Trapeze artists go through their nerve-wracking routine, and finally gasps of amazement turn to applauding smiles. And now the most amazing ever. So opened another circus season at Olympia, sending a young audience home determined that they too would someday become seasoned troopers under the big top. Strictly not for export, the crazy car with 4 humans at the mercy of its temperamental whims.